Later, I called some men from Bakcha after I chased away the Chort. They took the barrels with the cooked beer. Everything that was left in the cauldron was gone.
So much good beer wasted.
Looks like some Khaldun got involved.
Looks like it. Well, they're lucky to have you as a matchmaker.
You also keep your eyes peeled around Nikolai. Who knows?
I will. Many Khalduns like to ruin weddings. You know how it is.
Yes, and the guests are helpless. If you ruin a wedding, you can ruin the entire lives of the newlyweds.
That's all right. Just be attentive. You will protect them.
Right. I shouldn't expect any help from Fetka.
We'll manage even without Fetka. All right, we need to go.
God bless Vasilisa Fyodorovna.
God bless.
Bride sent for you. She doesn't let anyone touch the banya. Says you're the only one who can.
That's right. Tell her I'll be there soon. Get the decorations ready.
All right, I'm going then.
And I will go to the Nikolaevs to help prepare their procession. I'll be with the guests this evening. Be on the lookout. Don't forget about demons while you're looking out for Khalduns. Who knows who's mixed up into this?
All right, Grandpa.
Greetings, Vasilisa Fyodorovna. I've fallen ill. Have fever of sorts. Look, my arms are all withered. The day's near when I won't be able to hold a plow.
What did you expect? Weren't you the one last year who got drunk, climbed the Church of the Trinity, and knocked down a bell from there, eh?
Yes, Yegor Yevlampovich. It was I. I come to you for repentance. Vasilisa Fyodorovna, heal me, please.
All right, I'll do something about it. One doesn't deserve to die because of this. Here, sit by the stove.
You whisper several healing Zagavers, and the visitor feels better.
Oh, thank you, mistress. I won't squander this chance.
Thank you for coming, Vasya. I've been crying the whole night. I have no strength left.
That's how it is. If you want a good marriage, you have to wail a bit.
I know. But it's not that simple. I won't miss the Abderiha much.
This way you'll get a taste of grief and cry, but your marriage life will be sweet.
Yes, we need to go to the Banya soon. Decorate it properly. No one knows these rituals better than you.
All right, go cry about your hair. You can comment without me.
I will leave you a red ribbon.
No need, I'll manage.
Thank you, Vasya. I'll go then.
Well, to decorate it properly, I need to place birches along the path and tie ribbons around the banya. Time to get to work.
Some birch branches lie here. Here are the decorations for the banya, satin ribbons of different colors. You take the ribbons from the chest. The old banya reminds you of the Abderiha. You chase away these gloomy thoughts. There's no need to go beneath the bench here. You're just decorating the walls. You are thinking about what color to decorate the banya. The barrel jumps from side to side and sways as if it were alive. A small boy is sitting in the barrel. He clutches a flute in his hands and blows it with all his might.
Well, witch, today Pechka the witch hunter will expel you from this wedding.
Witch hunter? Stop blowing the flute. I'm here to help the bride.
Right, as if I'd believe ya.
The boy starts to torture his flute in a severe manner.
If he doesn't stop playing, my head will explode. I can bring him around, and the Khaldoons can help too. What was it that the bride and groom appointed me? I did the matchmaking of the bride from the Bannock. You think I saved her to curse her wedding?
All right, I believe you. I heard that the Khaldoons curse weddings. I'm here to protect it.
What have you heard about Khaldoons? What have you...
Do Khaldoons fight each other? One invites a Khaldoon over, and he turns out to be weak. Like you.
What are you whispering there?
Nothing. So then comes another Khaldoon, a powerful one, and curses everything he sees, the wedding and the first Khaldoon.
Have you heard about Bannocks here?
I have. They grab the cursed and flay their skin. And the bride lived with them, they say. Is she an evil spirit too?
No, she was rescued.
So, a powerful Khaldoon helped her.
Yes, I went with the groom.
You wouldn't manage without a groom, I bet.
So, you think I can't manage? Will you help me to guard this wedding?
I can. Together, we can do it for sure. Defeat the Khaldoons.
It's time for me to lead the bride to the banya.
I'll look after you, witch. Let's deal with it peacefully, all right?
After the preparations are made, it's time to accompany the bride to the banya. A crowd of people has gathered to watch the ritual. Everyone wants to hear the wailings of old and have a look at the decorations. You sweep the road in front of the bride so that no cursed items will be trodden upon. You warn the bride that guests from her side might show up soon. Shorts sent by the Abdiricha. You're right. As soon as the fire is lit in the banya, a demon appears. After you catch your breath, you wash the bride while speaking the ritual Zagavers, and then help to get her in the wedding dress. Carts with wedding guests have already started to arrive at the yard. There will be a wedding gathering this evening, so there's going to be quite a crowd. Nikolai is here, as well as old Yegor, the master of ceremonies, and the groom's relatives. The moment the guests enter the yard, the mother of the bride brings her daughter out.
You came. Jesus, so many people.
Well, we came, yes, so greet your guests.
No wind and then a gale. No guests and then a swarm.
Greetings, Yegor Yevlampovich, Master of Ceremonies.
Howdy! Soon we'll make you completely human.
Greetings, noble best man, my loyal friend.
Well, as they say in Sheridan, bonjour!
Greetings, betrothed.
Greetings. See, I'll fulfill my promise very soon.
Oh well, the evening won't start by itself. Time to drink for the bride.
Don't go ahead of the cart. When the Master of Ceremonies tells us to, then we will start.
Come on! You're too ceremonial. They do everything quicker in the city.
Right. And the people there will lose what's left of their souls soon. We'll start this wedding proper, as it's supposed to be started.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't be angry, Vasilisa Fyodorovna. Igor Evlampich, it will be as you say.
Unharness the horses and get ready for dinner. And I need to speak to you, matchmaker.
As you say, Igor Evlampich. As you say. Come here, everyone.
Could you be a bit quicker, old man?
Come, come. You'll get what you're due soon enough.
How can you live with this friend of yours? I just don't get it.
He's all right. A funny guy. Anyway, I want to speak to you about something else. We need to guard this wedding. Notice anything?
Right, instead of Fetka. But no, everything seems proper.
Keep your eyes open. Don't give any curse a chance to settle.
Have you sensed anything wrong?
The horses were reluctant to go when the procession was leaving the gates. I whispered a bit, and it sort of improved. But these things don't happen without reason. Why don't you have a look? Maybe with your powers of sorcery, you'll be able to find something.
I don't think any Khaldun's will show up. They're scared of you. Have been for a long time now.
Could be. So we won't sound the alarm yet, right? Besides, what's a good wedding without a Khaldun duel? There was this event in my youth. I was the best man and guarded the wedding. A disgruntled Khaldun showed up. They hadn't invited him, you see? So I gave him a good cursing. He was sick for an entire week after that. But you should look for a curse anyway. We don't want you to be sick.
Did you teach our accordion player any words?
I did. And he whispered them correctly.
I hope he doesn't mix anything up.
What could he possibly mix up? I'll look after him.
Talk to you later, Grandpa. I'll have a look around.
Remember how I taught you to spoil weddings?
Of course I do.
Well, try to find some wool or bean sprouts. You need to dispose of them if some chort left them behind.
All right, Grandpa.
If there's any cursed wool in the bride's way, it will bring bad luck. If it's bare wool, the procession might not be able to pass at all. You inspect the floor, but you don't notice any cursed artifacts.
Everything is quiet at the moment. There are no Khalduns around except for you and old Igor. I'm keeping my eyes open. If I notice any chorts, I'll tell you.
Chorts? Regular people don't see them.
Wrong. Anyone can see a chort today. Have you heard about the carts with no horses? Who moves them if not chorts?
Well, I know that chorts spin the grindstones.
And who's pushing a cart if there are no cattle? Chorts! Who else? And then there's another thing. The locomotive, for instance. Oh! And have you heard about Peligraph? Recently in Solikamsk, the Peligraph chorts made such a ruckus. The peasants pulled down Peligraph. It's a sort of nobility that they have a the graph. They got Pele the Graph.
I've heard something about Pele the Graph.
Be on the lookout. Pele the Graph himself may show up.
Well, Vasilisa, We've been through fire together to end up here.
Wait a little bit. This feast will get pretty fiery soon.
Vitka, how are you doing after that night?
I don't quite remember what happened, Vasia. I only know one thing. If it wasn't for you, the feast would have been my last. I won't forget it.
It turns out you're like a mother to everyone here.
Hey, Kola, prepare your coins. We have a song for you.
Hey, hit it! Petka, let's have some drums!
I'm not your typical bride. The others usually say goodbye to their home. I learned about this only recently.
You had a chance to see it. Not every cursed one has that chance.
That's right. But you'll help me if something goes wrong?
I didn't save you from a demon for nothing.
Thank you, Vasia.
Khaldoons often throw in a pod with 9 peas to prevent horses from passing. You search the haystack, but don't feel any cursed artifacts nearby. You may go on your way. You look into the pantry near the haystacks and see a ruffled silhouette of a Susietko. He seems to be deep in his thoughts, and he doesn't notice you.
Greetings, Susietko, kind host.
Oh my, you scared me. Witch, I get rid of you this very instant.
Wait, I'm the matchmaker. I'm helping the wedding, not spoiling it.
Ah, I see. I thought you won on the cursing sword. I failed to notice in time. I think I saw something the other day, but it wasn't quick enough. The shadow escaped.
I thought that there was no Susietko here, and that the changeling lock drove you away.
Oh, that was the case. The changeling was strong, so he escaped to my relatives. It was only recently that I could come back.
Are you happy with the bride?
Oh, I am. I feel bad though, as I couldn't keep her away from the curse. I don't have much power in the banya.
Whom did you see? Tell me in details.
The man was rummaging around the haystacks.
I searched the yard, but I couldn't find anything cursed.
So he hid it well, and nowhere. I could tell straight away. He had a frog and a smart face, not like yours, a typical village face.
Wait, a frog? So he was a merchant.
Devil knows. He could play tricks on my eyes better than you. He sneaked up to me and grabbed me by my fur. But that's all right. I had seen enough by then. Take a look in the morning. You'll find it.
The Susiedka advises you to look in the lining of the chest with the bed sheets, which are to be brought into the house of the groom.
I need to go, kind Susietko host.
Very well. See you soon. See you soon.
It turns out the room is noisy because several men decided to kill some time by playing cards. They are so immersed in the game that they fail to notice you.
What are you doing here? This is no place for a girl.
Hey, wait! What are you blabbering about? Come in, Vasilisa. Welcome. Long time no see, right? Shh! She's a witch. I know her. Shut your mouth. She'll curse you.
God helps. Samson, you're working on the Zemskaya station, right?
Well, welcome. Be our guest.
Silence, you fool! That's right. From the Urolka station. What are the chances? The bride's parents are old acquaintances of mine.
And I turned out to be a matchmaker. Do you play cards?
Yes, madam. Would you like to join?
Don't mind if I do. I'm going to hell anyway.
That's all right. God is merciful. Sit right there, under the icons.
You win. You may go on your way. Finally, after the prolonged greetings of the foreign guests, the ritual of drinking to the bride begins. The bride brings wine to everyone, and the guests sit in the traditional order. A dinner is served that consists of many dishes: jellied minced meat, meat soup, fish pie, and calf's head. These are only a tiny portion of all the dishes served. The whole week before the wedding, the bridesmaids and the bride were preparing wailings of grief. Now it's time for songs of praise and glory. Before continuing the feast, you decide to stretch your legs and walk into a decorated room.
And she has the blackest book. And her eyes. A true Satan. She looked at me and I sort of froze. She wanted to set her jaw on me. But then I told her, I'll hit you so hard.
What did you tell me?
Ah, sweet mother. Oh, Jesus.
It's me who's going to hit you hard. Or should I send my chort on you?
Oh, Vasa, don't curse him. He was a fool. Don't be strict with him. He used to tease me too when I was with Proshka. I know that you're good. You should be called a witch doctor.
Akulina, was it you who I cured of Ikota?
It was me, Vasilisa. Thank you, mistress.
This chort has no business sitting as an Ikota. Proshka is doing good now. He's traveling with me.
So, he's helping you. Who knew it would turn out so well? This is my friend, Pyotr. He's very good with his flute.
Well, it is what it is.
If you tell any more stories like that about me, you won't have any limbs to hold that flute. Got it?
Got it.
So, how are you doing without Proshka?
Oh, I couldn't be happier. The chort doesn't speak from inside me in a scary voice, and the other children don't make fun of me anymore. Thank you, Vasya.
How's your patrol doing? Noticed any more Khaldun's?
Everything's quiet. I'm on the lookout.
Do you like the wedding?
Oh, it's pretty, and the songs, and everyone is dressed so nicely.
That's rubbish. But Nikolai's uniform looks great. I bet he has a gun at home.
Oh, when I grow up, I'll cry my eyes out, and then I'll live happily.
The neighbors of this tall carpenter are lying face down on their plates, snoring peacefully.
Do you think I bored them with my talking? Oh no, that's not the case. In all of Perm Gubernia, there's no man more dashing than me. Well, if it's about carpentry or drinking. Anyway, in all the rest, I'm afraid I'm not that good.
So your axe feeds you?
Yeah, I recently put a blockhouse in Anbor. I'm often hired in this Uyezd. If only I was paid as well as I should. I can build whatever you can think of. A boat or a church. My tool is always with me. My loyal axe here.
So no one can beat you at drinking?
I can drink 5 bottles of vodka right now, believe it or not.
I think I can beat you at drinking.
You? Well, wanna try it?
After several cups, you feel sick. You have to get up from the table and whisper a couple of Zagavers to come to your senses.
Vasilisa Feodorovna, God be with you. I know I didn't believe you outright, but I was wrong. Oh, thank you, Vasilisa Feodorovna. I don't know how to thank you. Take some sour cream from our cow. Oh, it was a lucky day when we met you. Oh, Vasilisa, the bride told us about you.
Such a man she got herself, right?
Hush! Do you want to curse her?
Me? I can't curse. Here, Vasya will prove me right, right? But what a man, a soldier. Maybe I should get dragged away by chorts?
Thank you for helping me. I understand that you got this friend quite suddenly.
That's all right. She's a fine girl. Feel like we've known her all these years.
It's a pity she didn't show up earlier.
Aren't you afraid that the bride used to be a changeling?
What's there to be scared about? She's ordinary now.
Things happen in life. It wasn't her decision to become a demon. Such was her fate.
The only one to blame here is her mother.
Oh, she's also suffered her fill with the changeling. God is forgiving.
The feast is not yet over, but it will not continue on without your approval. The feast continues, and each of the guests is honored with a song of glorification. After each song, it is customary to thank the singers with some money. Your turn comes. The song begins, «Ты княжна наша сващенка». When the sound of the choir dies down, a girl with a tray approaches you. The eyes of the performers grow wide with surprise. Your generosity is momentarily praised in a song. At the end of the feast, a ritual dish is served. Selyanka, a large baked pudding with eggs. Nikolai deftly cuts a piece of pie and gifts his mother-in-law the customary coins. The feast will go on until morning, but old Yegor convinces you that tomorrow is the most important day. The traveling of the wedding procession to the wedding ceremony. You go home to have a little rest before dawn.
God bless, Yegor Yevlampovich, Vasilisa Fyodorovna. I came for you, Vasilisa. I'll get you to Pakcha. And you, Yegor Yevlampovich, will get to Vilgard. Get ready. I'll wait for you at the gates.
You reach the bride's izba with the light of dawn. The changeling girl sits under the icons and starts a long ritual of saying farewell to the maidenly headband. The bridesmaids chant Uzhyasyaduka Maladyoshенька. The bride hands out red satin ribbons to everyone. The bride gives the prettiest one to you. The ritual drags on, and the guests have yet to arrive. The sounds of the last wailings quiet down close to the evening. The bridesmaids begin dressing the bride in the wedding gown, and you decide to look once more for cursed items in the yard while waiting for the guests. You go down into the yard. It looks empty and grim without wedding guests. Not surprising. This roof was home to an evil spirit for many years. You jump from a sudden rustling. You think you heard it coming from one of the haystacks, but which one? There was some noise coming from this haystack. Or was it that haystack? Two dark figures emerge from the shadows.
Aha! We've caught a witch!
Oh, it's Vasilisa.
This isn't a fairy tale. What if I took you for an evil spirit?
Sorry, Vasya. We were trying to ambush an evil Khaldun, not you.
Someone has been here for sure. We've been watching all night and saw it. He sneaked in and planted an ikota on the wedding.
Oh, Christ in heaven! Not an ikota!
It's alright. I'll protect you. Khalduns have no business cursing weddings.
What Khaldun did you see?
He sneaked in at night. Satan himself, I swear by God.
The gates opened by themselves, and the Ardenseals were flying around.
It means Chorts were moving it.
And he himself didn't look like a Khaldun. He was dressed as a townsperson.
He started to whisper. It was so fast and so frightening. It was so dark, we almost couldn't see anything.
She likely won't find it by herself.
Stop whistling.
This flute must be good against the Khalduns.
So he ran, and we decided to change our hiding spot in case he'd be back. And you came.
What did that Khaldun do?
He whispered a lot and did something with his hands.
I think he was scattering cursed items.
We'll help you find them, Vasya.
She likely won't find it by herself.
All right, if you want to help, go right ahead. Petka, look in this haystack for a peapod with 9 peas. You, Akulina, look in that haystack. And I'll search the yard. All clear?
Clear. He likely won't find it without us.
All right, Vasilisa.
Found any pods? Or anything suspicious?
Oh, not yet. I definitely will, Vasilisa. Wait a bit.
Well, have you found anything?
Hold your horses. I'm still looking.
You closely inspect the floor. To your horror, You find a patch of burned dog hair. You remove it with a Zagavar and throw it away in disgust. The chest contains snowy white bed sheets for the newlyweds. They must be given to the house of the groom once you go to the Izba. You cut into the lining and, to your horror, find something furry inside. You find a dried bear paw that emanates dark sorcery. You hide this new artifact in your bag, as if against your will. The chest contains snowy white bed sheets for the newlyweds. They must be given to the house of the groom once you go to the Izba. Suddenly, Petka calls out to you.
Vasa, Vasa, I found it, I think.
I too found some traces of the curse. You and I both have some. That's a lot. What do you have, Aquilina?
Oh,
Well, it doesn't matter if you don't have any.
I found some Vasa, also pod.
Quite a few curses. Powerful Khaldun is involved here.
The children look at each other worrisomely.
Give me those pods. Who knows what else is our enemy capable of? A curse? Will he summon Chorts? A mortal threat.
You jump from a sudden knock at the gates. The children run inside the house, screaming. You open the gates before the surprised guests.
I don't have time for ransoms. Go get your bride upstairs. I need to speak to the Master of Ceremonies.
You seem alarmed, Vasilisa.
I found so many cursed things right now. Someone powerful is trying to curse this wedding.
You tell old Yegor about your discoveries.
You can stop the wedding now.
But why? Wait, I'll tell Nikolai.
Old Yegor forcefully grabs your arm.
Hold there. Do you want to spoil their wedding? If you stop the procession right now, their whole life could go sideways.
Yes, but what if we're stopped on our way down the aisle? No one knows how all these curses turn out.
That's your task, Matchmaker, to guard the procession against it. If it stops, then yes, only God knows what will happen. Don't bother the betrothed. Do your job. And I will do mine. We'll teach Fechka some Zagavars. He may learn something yet.
All right, Grandpa.
Let's go. We need to bless them on their way.
All the guests gather in the Izba. After the blessings of Nikolai and his bride, the procession departs to Vilgort, to the Church of the Trinity.
This girl sure is lucky, right?
Yes, you can return from another world. She wouldn't have done it by herself. We helped her. So is the case with the other dead. They can't get back by themselves.
So Kolya wouldn't pull her out without you, right?
Without me or Grandpa, unlikely.
You know, I've been thinking. In a way, you also pulled me out from the grave. If you didn't come that night to the pothouse, Shurts would have killed me.
Yes, I think that's how it happened.
I've heard what the girls in Vilgard have been saying. That you didn't want to become a witch. But you did become one, right? And so I've been thinking, you did it to help your betrothed.
Why would you think that?
You and your grandpa are taking me for a fool, but I see lots of things. The dead men can't go back by themselves, right? I visited lots of evening gatherings. I saw how much you loved him. So I think you decided. Vasa, stop this nonsense. Nothing good will come of it. You brought back that girl. But she never died. She was kidnapped, right? I was quite close to being dead. But she betrayed. Is dead. Buried.
Quit running your mouth. You don't understand anything.
Wait, don't be angry. I'm not joking. I came close to seeing the afterlife. There's no coming back from there. And your chords constantly beg you for a walk, right? So how many people have you cursed already?
Not so many.
What's next? Sooner or later, they'll get hungrier and hungrier and start dragging our souls to the grave. I've listened closely to many stories. Your church will also drag you to hell, along with who knows how many peasants.
Don't judge Khaldoons by the old wife's tales. I'm keeping my chorts in check. You're saying my chorts will be the death of me. You can't know my fate. And you don't know his fate.
That's right. I don't. But I decided to make my own fate. You have your fate. You heard the Troika, so that's your fate. Maybe it wasn't a trick. But I have it differently. You remember how I stole from the shop? It wasn't the first time. I've done lots of similar things. I think maybe I should quit this kind of life. Start a household. I know it's not as fun or exciting. You saved me, so I wanted to ask your advice. You were nowhere after all. What do you think?
Well, Fedka, I've always told you to abandon your life of pleasure.
All right, I'll try. Old habits die hard. Next thing you'll know, I have my own household.
You better remember these words of yours.
I will. I'm not old enough to have a bad memory.
Fedka grins and flings the reins. Pakcha village is surrounded by mist, and the road to Vilgurt lies ahead of you. You think that if someone wanted this wedding ruined, he wouldn't be stopped this easily. You look around anxiously and prepare for the worst. The winding path lures you in with a damp mist and mysterious shadows. What spirits hide behind them? Soon, you get to Cold Creek Ford. Yours and the bride's carts cross the water with a splash, but the third cart isn't so lucky. One of the wheels hits a stone, and all its passengers fall overboard. You look around and notice demon eyes in the dark. Fedka gives you a questioning look. What should you do with the rest of the guests? You hop off the cart and open the black book. Fedka passes the reins and hops off too. You need to depart as soon as possible so as not to fall behind the wedding procession. The musician tries to help fix the cart, but you have something else to deal with. A swarm... cart is finally fixed, and you quickly catch up to the procession. The peasants didn't see the Chorts, but they noticed you whispering Zagavers. Now they are looking at you and your book with respect. The wedding train reaches the shadows of the gloomy trees of the Crooked Forest. Strange sounds escape the evening darkness. It appears the mysterious Khaldun cursed this road as well. Your suspicions prove correct. Although you have known this forest since you were a child, the road meets a fork that you have no memory of. Looks like the turn on the right is used more often than the one to the left. You don't recognize the last fork either. The road to the left looks like it's submerged in darkness, and you see some moonlight above the road to the right. You arrive at another fork. The road to the left lies through a thick forest, and to the right you see a clearing amongst the trees. Finally, the forest is behind you. Vilgert is close, so you decide to take a break. Mikhail's crossroads look unfamiliar. You feel as if you have entirely lost your sense of direction. You can't tell north from south. It's as if you are standing at this crossroads for the first time. You decide to resort to sorcery. You quickly whisper the words of the Zagaver and listen. You chose the right way. You make no mistake in choosing the road. This task is right down your alley. The road to Vilgert passes by uneventfully, and you have a chance to rest. Looks like this is the last piece of the road to the Church of the Trinity. Vasilisa, stop the procession!
Alexander, we can't! It's a bad omen!
I suppose I can hide it now. No time to argue. I intend to curse your wedding procession, and I'm willing to see it through.
What? Are you telling me that everything you do is based on science?
I can leave it be, but only if you give me the book.
But why do you need to ruin the wedding?
It's simple. I can take this artifact only if you're sufficiently weakened.
If the procession stops, the curse may splash out. Only God knows what should happen then.
Right. You're only saying this so I wouldn't interfere. No such thing will happen.
Listen to me. This is dangerous. Very dangerous.
You can't scare me, Vasilisa. Either give me the book, or the procession stops!
So that's how it is in your world. Always playing pretend. You could have helped me with the snake that time.
I wanted to, but you were doing fine on your own, and I wanted to see what kind of witch you were. I did. I think you're as powerful as me. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just need the book.
You know about this? What do you need it for? What are you planning?
Don't stall, Vasilisa! Fight me!
Listen! Let me wed this couple and then we can fight! Find both the bride and groom!
won't trick me, Vasilisa! I came especially prepared for this fight! Now when there's a curse around us, we are equal!
I can't give you the book, you know that!
Then it's the only way! Défense-toi! Give me the book, Vasilisa, and the guests will be safe.
They have nothing to fear. I'll protect the wedding.
don't want to hurt you, Vasilisa. Not if I don't have to.
You've been lying like the devil himself, and now you want me to believe you?
me the book, Vasilisa, and the guests will be safe.
They have nothing to fear. I'll protect the wedding.
Give me the book, Vasilisa, and the guests will be safe.
They have nothing to fear. I'll protect the wedding.
I don't want to hurt you, Vasilisa. Not if I don't.
You've been lying like the devil himself, and now you want me to believe you?
Give me the book, Vasilisa, and the guests will be safe.
They have nothing to fear.
hurt you, Vasilisa. Not if I don't have to.
You've been lying like the devil himself, and now you want me to believe you?
Give up, or the entire wedding procession will be transformed.
Not if I stop you first.
Alexander's driver notices that his master is weakened and strikes the horses. The carriage drives away. With horror, you realize that his last Zagavers weren't directed at you, but at the procession. The horses lose their footing, and the first carts overturn with a terrible crash. The world around you turns into a cacophony of screams, both animal and human. Alexander's curse hits the weakened wedding procession and slices through it. Some of the wedding guests turn into wolves and run into the forest. Others have lost consciousness or are injured from the crash. You notice old Yegor and run towards him. Several Zagavers later, and your mentor comes to his senses.
Grandpa! Grandpa, you're alive?
Vasilisa! Oh, Jesus, my head hurts. Ugh.
Wait, I'll whisper a bit.
No time. What's happened to the procession? Was it cursed after all?
Yes, many of the guests were turned to wolves.
So they were. I wasn't seeing straight. I saw how Fedka was turning.
I'll get that, Alexander. Oh, but what should we do now?
Shush, don't whine. There's no time to think about that right now. First, we fix the wedding. That's all right. You'll catch the wolves and heal them. Next thing you know, the seal will be broken.
How will I find them? Even my chorts may not be able to find the cursed.
We'll find them. I have this old friend of mine, a hunter. He will track them. Find out who's missing and fix up the wounded. Then we'll get ready for the road.
How did they turn into wolves? No one has heard of such thing for 100 years or more.
Well, your friend there cast a strong curse, and then you were right. Fedka is not very knowledgeable for a best man.
How do I lift the curse?
You need special herb, Cuckoo's Tears. It grows deep in the forest, in the Leshy's domain. I think this hunter of mine will give you a hand with the herb as well.
So Fedka turned also?
Yes, there is his accordion. At first I thought I was seeing things.
What do we do with the bride and groom now?
They'll manage. I'll teach them a couple of secret prayers.
Who's that friend of yours?
Just a hunter. I'll tell you at home.
Your friend, the Ikotnitsa, is lying here. Akulina has lost consciousness. It seems the girl is hurt. Akulina comes to her senses and with difficulty stands on her feet.
Oh, Vasya, have you healed me?
Akulina, you're alive. Oh Lord, oh Jesus.
She's going to be all right now. Akulina, have you noticed where the wolves went?
I haven't. I don't remember anything since I fell. I can't see Piotr anywhere. He must have been turned too.
Your mother will bring you home. Rest there.
All right, Vasya.
Thank you, Vasilisa Fyodorovna. I'll pray for you.
Did you notice where the wolves ran?
Somewhere in the direction of Pakcha. They hid in the forest straight away. I barely had any time to look. I only noticed that several of the bridesmaids turned. The horror! I've heard of such things, but never thought would witness it.
Vasilisa, my head is dizzy. Where is Nikolai?
I can't see him. Listen.
He's also been transformed. Oh, I seem to be destined to go return to evil spirits.
Don't lose hope. I'll go after him and the rest of the guests. I know I failed at protecting the wedding, but I'll try to fix it.
Looks like you were right about Fedka. I should have listened to you.
He's not the one who ruined the wedding. That was another Khaldun. That's all right. I'll deal with him. As soon as I get Nikolai back, you'll make it to the church. I'll set your life straight.
I hope that God will help you, Vasilisa.
Ready to go back. You can barely stand upright. Ready to go back. You can barely stand upright. Vasilisa, get up. It's morning already. We need to hurry while the wolf tracks are still fresh. I told you yesterday about my friend, the hunter. He is a master of his craft. He can track any beast.
These aren't exactly beasts.
And the hunters aren't exactly simple folk. They're knowers of their own sort. Some are friends with a Leshy, others know Zagavars. This one is called Airat, a smart man. Lives near Cherting.